Hello and welcome to Future Cookie. Today we are stepping into something that could quietly reshape every meal you will ever eat. What if the most important revolution in human history did not come from a machine? What if it came from a living cell? You have heard about tractors. You have heard about irrigation. You have heard about the green revolution that fed 1 billion people. But what is coming next makes all of that look like a warm-up act. Synthetic biology is rewriting the source code of food itself, and most people have never heard of it. Let me take you back to 1970. A scientist named Norman Borlaug had just won the Nobel Peace Prize. He developed high-yield wheat strains that saved an estimated 1 billion lives. The world called it a miracle. What he did took decades of crossbreeding and trial and error. It required enormous physical infrastructure. It was extraordinary. Now imagine doing that same level of transformation in months with no fields required. That is not science fiction. That is what synthetic biology is already beginning to do. Scientists today can read a plant's genetic blueprint like a document on a screen, and increasingly they can edit it. Precisely, intentionally, down to the level of individual DNA letters. Tools like CRISPR have made genetic editing faster, cheaper, and more accurate than anything Borlaug had available. Researchers have already engineered crops that resist drought. Others repel insects without pesticides. Some produce higher yields with less water. Certain labs are growing proteins found in meat without a single animal involved. Others are engineering microbes that pull nitrogen directly from the air. Those microbes feed it to plant roots. This could replace synthetic fertilizers that contribute roughly 5% of global greenhouse gas emissions. This is not incremental improvement. This is a different category of change entirely. Here is what makes this feel real rather than theoretical. The cost of DNA sequencing has dropped faster than computing power ever did. In 2001, sequencing a human genome cost roughly $100 million. Today it costs under $500. That same cost curve is hitting the tools of synthetic biology. Right now, what once required a government-funded research lab can now be prototyped in a university startup. The acceleration is not slowing down, it is speeding up. If these stories are sparking something in you, I would genuinely love to have you subscribe to Future Cookie. Every week we go deeper into the technologies quietly reshaping the world around you. Hit subscribe and come back to explore this with me. So what are the stakes here really? By 2050, the planet will need to feed roughly 10 billion people. At the same time, climate change is making traditional growing regions less reliable. Topsoil degradation, water scarcity, and supply chain fragility are compressing the margin for error. The old tools, more land, more fertilizer, more water, are hitting their limits. Synthetic biology does not just offer more of the same, it offers a fundamentally different relationship between biology and food production. Crops engineered to thrive in heat, foods designed with enhanced nutritional profiles, agricultural inputs produced by engineered microbes rather than chemical plants. The implications stretch from smallholder farms in sub-Saharan Africa to vertical grow facilities in Tokyo. This is not a niche technology trend. This is a potential reordering of how humanity feeds itself. Now here is where honesty matters, because credibility is everything. Much of this is still early. Regulatory frameworks are struggling to keep pace with the science. Public trust around genetically modified organisms remains complicated. That complexity deserves to be taken seriously. Not every breakthrough in a lab translates to scale in the field. And the question of who owns engineered biology, who controls the patents, and who benefits from the yield is one the world has not yet answered well. But the signal is undeniable. Major agricultural companies, sovereign wealth funds, and a new generation of biotech startups are all placing large bets on this direction. The science is advancing faster than policy. And historically, that gap is where the most consequential changes take root. The tractor did not just change how food was grown. It changed who could grow it. It changed how many people one farmer could feed. It changed what rural economies looked like for a century. Synthetic biology could do all of that again, and it could reach into dimensions the tractor never touched. The nutritional content of food, the carbon footprint of every calorie, the resilience of crops against a climate no previous generation ever had to face. The question is not whether this transformation is coming. The question is whether the people shaping it, the scientists, the policymakers, the farmers, and yes, the informed public, will guide it toward the outcomes that actually matter. You just changed the lens through which you see the future of food. I would love to know what is sitting with you right now. Drop a comment below and tell me what you want us to explore next. Is it the ethics of engineered crops, the companies leading this shift, or something else entirely? This conversation is just getting started, and your questions help shape where we go next. Thank you for joining us today. This is Future Cookie.